Hello and welcome to the introductory microeconomics classes. This is lesson 1. My name is Jitendra Bhandari. I am PhD in economics and I am having 17 years of teaching experience. In today's lesson, we are going to discuss the concept of economics, its meaning, its genesis. We will also discuss the term microeconomics and macroeconomics with the help of examples. And finally, we will see the difference between microeconomics and macroeconomics. So let us start. Friends, before we go into the detail, one very obvious question which students ask, sir, why we are studying economics? I think it's an important question. In other way, they are asking me, what is the need of this subject? So it's a difficult question to answer. So there are two ways through which I can answer this question. One is I'll try to define the term economics, what we study under economics and so on. So various economists over the years have given various definition, and through that we will try to find out the answer, right, and the importance of economics. Second is, students, I'll share a very simple but a profound statement with you. And with the help of the statement, I will be able to tell you why economics, why the need of this subject economics. And that statement is this: human wants are unlimited and the resources through which we can fulfill these wants are limited. Now this is a very, very powerful statement, my dear students. In fact, this is the backbone of the whole of economics. Because of this statement, if I may say, the economics as a subject exists. Okay, so let us see this statement once again, or read this statement once again. This statement talks about two things: human wants, and it also talks about limited resources. What about human wants? They are unlimited. Our wants are unlimited. Am I right or no? Please close your eyes and think about your wants, right? Think about the car, the shoes, the laptop, the mobile, the house, right? Am I right? How many wants? Thousands and thousands of wants. But what is the problem? The problem is the resources are limited, isn't it? So we want best of the house and the best of the locality, best car, watch, mobile, and so many things. And the list is endless, as I said. But then the problem is resources are limited. So because of this contradictory situation, friends, what happened? We have to make choices. This is again a key term, choices. We have to make choices. So how do we make those choices? Economics is nothing but the study of choices made by humans in above situation. It is the study of those choices, how you make those choices, your choice decision. This is the subject matter of economics. I hope now you must agree with me that this is an important subject and it's an interesting subject. We must understand how do we choose, right? My want is Ferrari car, but then I am buying a Wagoner, or I want to go to a holiday trip abroad, but then uh, I can spend money on foreign trip, or I can spend the same money on my education, because money is limited, resources are limited, financial resources, physical resources, emotional resources, and if I may say, the mental resources, isn't it? We all want to go to IITs and AIMS and Shriram College of Commerce, St. Stephens of the world. But then ultimately, probably resources are limited, so we end up maybe at SRCC or maybe at some other college. Okay, so this is a profound statement. Please remember this statement. It will help you not only in economics but otherwise also to understand many phenomena of this world. Now let's move and understand the term microeconomics and macroeconomics. So what happened, friends? Economics is further bifurcated into two parts. These are the major categories. There are other branches as well, but for the time being, for us, these are the two important branches of economics. That is microeconomics and macroeconomics. Micro. Micro means what? I think you all know micro means small and macro means what? Macro means big. It means microeconomics is that economics that deals with small small component of economy, that is individual level. One can say a person, an individual, demand of a person, or a market, single market of a product, of one product, right? A firm, single firm, or industry means similar type of firms. So then this is the subject matter of microeconomics. Whereas in case of macroeconomics, we study economy as a whole. So my demand, your friend demand for all goods and services, everybody, every individual, total demand, that is aggregate demand, that is the subject matter of macroeconomics. So the term or the concept like aggregate demand, aggregate supply, GDP, these are some of the important thing which we discuss, which we study under macroeconomics, right? Meaning is clear? Let's move further. So just to put it, you know, in a tabular form, the difference between the two, microeconomics and macroeconomics. First is the meaning. In case of microeconomics, study of individual making choices. Just now we talked about choices, right? So what we deal in microeconomics, we discuss individuals, we discuss firms, how individual or a firm making choice, right? Because that fundamental problem will remain same. Wants unlimited, but resources limited. Okay. Whereas in case of macroeconomics, we study economy as a whole, taken together. But here also the problem of choice will remain there, right? Choice decision will be there, but those choice decision will be at the level of economy, at the level of society. Whereas in the case of microeconomics, it will be at the level of individual. Okay. Now variable, that is, what are the things we study under microeconomics? So we study demand, supply, cost, production of a firm, market, etc., etc., right? So these are the some of the variable. Sometimes they do ask this question directly in the examination. Give two example of microeconomic variable. So you can give, from here. And similarly in macroeconomics, as I have already told you, GDP, aggregate demand, aggregate supply, inflation, growth, unemployment, big issues. Subject matter of macroeconomics. These are macroeconomic variable. Some of the examples. The objective of microeconomics. The objective of microeconomics is to identify the equilibrium of a firm, whereas the objective of macroeconomics is to identify the equilibrium of an economy. Now this term equilibrium is little technical. We need a separate class to explain this whole concept. But for the time being, I can tell you equilibrium means where a firm is getting maximum profit, or if in case of individual, the individual is getting maximum satisfaction. So that is the position of rest. Similarly, in case of economy as a whole, equilibrium means where the economy is in equilibrium. Economy is in equilibrium, macroeconomic equilibrium, right? By the way, just for your knowledge, the term equilibrium, we means in economics, we have borrowed from physics, right? So those who are from sciences, they understand this term. In physics, this is position of rest. In economics, it is that position from where we do not want to change our position. So if as an individual, I don't want to change my position where I am getting maximum satisfaction. As a firm, I don't want to change my position if I am getting maximum profit. So I want to remain at maximum profit situation, isn't it? So this is the meaning of equilibrium. So with this, friend, I'll stop here. I hope to see you again in my next lesson. In the meantime, study hard, take care. All the best.